can expect? The most exciting thing about this movie? Can you tell me?
The most exciting thing about this movie is that you get to enjoy the characters as they evolve. That in my heart feels like the thing that the audience wants more than anything. They just want to be with these characters, and they want to enjoy these characters for a couple hours on film and escape reality. It's most of the films, all of the films, try to one up the previous film, and that sometimes calls for more spectacular events, more outrageous stunts, and we're always having to think outside of the box to pull that off. What I think will exceed people's expectations in this movie is the emotional growth that Fast 7 possesses. I feel like that's going to be the area that you're really going to have to brace yourself on, because you know you're going to have fun at the Fast and Furious movie, but you might not expect to be as moved as you will be throughout this whole film.
And we have a lot of cars, speed. It is a very testosterone movie. What's the appeal for a woman?
Love. I think women really respond to love, and you know, it's no mystery why I love women so mucho. But I think women respond to heart, and I feel that women respond to everything. I mean, what's amazing about our saga is the women have great action sequences as well. It's a real pro-gender equality movie. I think with its multiculturalism, I think with its kind of pro-gender equality, Fast and Furious kind of lives up to its title of being the most progressive force in Hollywood, and that's cool. And I see firsthand the studio take pride in that, and I see the studio live up to that and protect that, and that's endearing. That's endearing as an artist, and I think it's appreciated by the audience.
This movie is the most emotional movie for you guys. How was for you to do this movie, to finish this movie?
It was the hardest thing I ever had to do. I remember thinking that there has to be a way out of it. I kept thinking there's no. There was a dark moment where I didn't think it was possible for me to complete this thing, and if I wasn't going to be right, no one would be right. And it was a real low moment in my life. And again, you know, I've cried in the last year more than I ever have in my life, more than I ever thought I could. I didn't know that I had that much tears. And, but there was something that was more important than how I felt and the sorrow that I felt. And that was, I was in a position to protect someone I cared about very much, protect his legacy. And we don't always get that chance in life when we lose people. We don't always get the opportunity in life when we lose a relative, a best friend, to be a part of protecting and honoring their legacy. So as much pain and as much sorrow as I felt, and as alone as I felt, because I felt lonelier in the last year than I ever have in my life, and I never anticipated that I would feel so lonely for any reason. And so the task and the responsibility of someone's legacy can force you to do things that you might not have thought you could do. And that, in a nutshell, is what Furious 7 represents. It represents not only my effort, but the whole cast, the whole crew, and the whole studio. Their effort and their desire to honor someone. And that translates on the movie in such a beautiful way. It translates on the films in such a beautiful way that you feel more affected by this movie than any movie you've watched.
Yes, I cry a lot yesterday.
When's the last time you've seen a movie that you've been affected like that?
So hard. And what's the best memory you have from Paul?
I have so many great memories with Paul. We were so tight. We were friends in ways that people would never even imagine. We used to play World of Warcraft together. He was the only person in the world that knew who my World of Warcraft character was, and vice versa. So while we're doing these crazy stunts, we were able to nerd out on our own. But the sweetest moment was always at the premiere of each of the movies, because on one level he would always say, "Vin, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. You know, I just can't believe it. And the studio's talking about another one, and you've been talking about this for years." And so there was always the only person at the end of the premiere of every premiere that I ever wanted to talk to, or everyone ever needed to be with, was Paul. Over the directors, over the other actors, over the studio, the one person whose opinion about the movie I cared the most about wasn't even my parents. It was Paul Walker. And every movie, every premiere, he'd always say to me, "The best one's still in the can." And he knew how to prod me. He knew how to motivate me. So he'd say, "Vin, yeah," and it goes, "Yes, everyone's loving this." And they went crazy in the theater. But Vin, the best one's still in the can. And he knew that would prod me into trying to reach for something bigger and trying to make it better. And he was the only one in the world that can do that. I'm grateful in my lifetime to have known a brotherhood like I've known with him. It's such a blessing, and God's been so good to me.
Thank you so much. It's amazing.
You're very welcome.
I'm sure.